Maneva na se ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Mema wakwaba ede ba PENDREAM TV so make sure say obe subscribe to channel no click bell so say the news to our sabit me aka ntem no watie afa so make sure say obe like na wa comment no share ama afoforo so nsaka na comment section ho so no opese wo kire wa adwen obetimi ede wadwen kire ato honom na amanfo so anya bia kenkan na onim say PENDREAM TV de eye nsem a ekoso Ghana yam politics mu ne ede ba na yasaka ya ne ede abranti na so me video I saka pese no che na ye dey ba nti me mo modern astro so obehwe video we amana si awie na wa kire wa adwen e comment section na se yenko video.
And I think that this is a very good choice. You know, those who are in contention for this enviable position, I think about 5 or so. 4 of them are members of parliament. They are all deserving to...
Who are these 4?
Oh, I heard of my very good friend and brother, Brad Champon, Esla Usu Kufu, my boss, Education Minister, Dr. Osayo Aduchum. These are fine brains. They are very good persons. And given the opportunity, I think any of them would have been able to acquit themselves diligently on the job. But in this life, I've come to realize that God doesn't make mistakes. And if you are destined for something, it comes to you. You work hard, you do your best, and God will do the rest. That's been my philosophy in life, so I don't fight and push for things. You only do what you have to do. The rest will come to you. And if you listen around, if you also observe, you realize that Matopeku Pempe's name was almost everywhere. You know, he's a grassroots person. He's served the party for a very long time. And I remember, those times, even in the early 90s, he was a student leader on the campus of KN University. Randy, he has done a lot for the party. So for Dr. Bawumia to choose him means that he's seeing the gem in him and what he can do. Randy, the process was long. And one thing I like about Dr. Bawumia is that he takes his time to decide. He consults a lot. He consults widely to arrive at what he thinks is the best, for him. And those who are leading his campaign, they are very experienced persons, with expertise in politics, and they're also grassroots persons. Look at Damboche, for example. If Damboche is part, of your campaign architecture, if McMenu is part of it, if Nakomia is part of it, and others, Randy, it will be difficult for them to make a mistake in getting the right person for the job. You said there's a statement on my face. It's true. It's not necessarily about the person of Napo. I'm quite close to him, but it's about the party. I always do things, first and foremost, by looking at the party's interest. That's one thing that Napo told me. If you look at the party's constitution, it talks about the party's interest, what is good for the party. So those times when I was supporting Dr. Bawumia, it was about the party's interest. But I knew that at this material moment, Dr. Bawumia was the person who will be able to lead us for the first time in winning elections back to back on 2 occasions. I had a conviction. So I supported him. I gave my all to be with him. And for him to choose Napo is a grassroots person. Some of us, Randy, I go to Kumasi almost every weekend. So if I decide to say that this is what I think is likely going to happen, Randy, you realize that most of my choices, I don't get them wrong. In the political circles, if I say that you are likely going to get this position, one day before I say that, I will have done my background checks. I've done everything. When I'm convinced that this is how it's going to go one day, it's difficult for it to fail. At this moment, it's not about Napo, it's about our flag bearer. It's about Dr. Bawumia. Napo is only going to support him, but the focus is on Dr. Bawumia. We are going to serve Dr. Bawumia. We are going to espouse his strength, his abilities, okay, his capabilities, you know what I mean, his visions. This is what we are going to do. Napo will also bring, some strength. But I would advise our party, rank and file, that the focus should largely be on Dr. Bawumia, because one day he is the person whose face is going to be on the ballot. The role of Napo is going to be complementary to what he, the flag bearer, stands for. Okay, so, and those who also wanted this position that they didn't get, I want to, wish them the very best. We must all come together. Because at the end of the day, it's about the party. All those who know me within the party, knew where I stood. Okay? But if he had not even gone that direction, for me, one day is the party. The party is foremost. The party is the ultimate. The party is number one. That's what all of us have to do. You know what I mean? So, I'm happy for Napo. He's come this far. And I hope that he would acquit himself excellently so that the confidence that the good people of this country and the party have reposed in him will bear fruit one day. Dr. Bawumia is very quiet type. He's cool, he's modest, deeply intelligent. Poko Pempe, he's very intelligent, and be compatible. Napo, if you see Napo, people say that Napo is this or that. Randy, he's a tough guy, he's intelligent, he's hardworking. Because I've worked with him, for some years. Very hardworking. And he's somebody who needs nothing but results. He's a go-getter. So he will get us the results. Don't forget that in 2012, he led the research, outfit of our campaign, national campaign, 2012 elections. So the experience is there, and he will be able to help us to get the job done. So Napo, I wish you the very best. I know this is the doing of God, and He will help you to support Dr. Bawumia to make history. He's made the first history for being the first Muslim to be elected by a major political party in this country as the flag bearer. I'm a Christian, I'm a Deeper Life member. But Randy, I decided to support Dr. Bawumia. For me, it is not about the religion, it is about the competence that I've seen in him. The competence, okay? And Ghanaians, it also tells me that now we are upholding the essence of diversity in our society. So regardless of where you come from, regardless of your creed, your religious inclination, regardless of your socioeconomic status, if you are competent, Ghanaians have shown that they will stand with you and by you. That's why I decided to, one of the reasons why I decided to, support him. Because one day now, the barriers have been broken. So if some years back, you thought that because of your socioeconomic status, your religious affiliation, you didn't have a stake in the development of this country by occupying certain positions, the election of Dr. Bawumia by the NPP should tell you that the party is a diversified party. The party, embraces every Tom, Dick, and Harry. The party respects every, segment of our society. That is what, Randy, this has demonstrated. And getting my brother and friend Napo at that level, I'm happy and I'm proud. And I know that Napo will never disappoint. He will never disappoint. I know this man. I know his heart. I know his mind. I know what he can do. He will never disappoint. And Randy, maybe the last thing. In this life, everybody has a weakness. Everybody has a limitation. So I always go for the strength that I see in people. The strength. That's what matters. You cash in on people's strength. Okay. Those issues about arrogance, about him, they are never true. They are unfounded. They were just, spurious allegations that were leveled against him. Suvini and I were in Parliament, and we know him. Napo is one of those who are very friendly when it comes to the House. One day, you've known him for some time, When people are forthright in their thoughts, when they are resolute in their decisions, in this country, you'll be tagged and labeled. But that might not be the reality on the ground. So I wish him well again. And as I said earlier on, those who wanted the position but couldn't make it, they should understand that in this life, everything happens for a reason. If you are looking for something that and that you didn't get it, it could mean that at that particular moment, that thing was not yours. And at best, probably one day, it might be yours. So they shouldn't give up. They should still, fight for the party and ensure that the party, retains power in 2024. And they should understand that, again, Randy, in this game, you need to uphold certain principles, right? And I'm sure my boss, what I'll say, Aduchum, very fine brain. I know him. I know he knows my position, in this whole contest. But when I went to the ministry, he related well with me, One day you done research, and it's, at times, we go by the empirical, methods of doing research. Instincts also work, Instincts, those, you get knowledge from instincts and all that. And my instincts don't fail me.
But your empirical evidence are failing you.
I know how, but I told you Bawumia was going to be the flag bearer. At that time, people didn't believe it. If you are something with it, when I said that Bawumia was going to win there, they said Allah was going to win. But Randy, when I go there, I know how I do my survey on the ground. I know how I do things. I want to disclose how I do some of these things. You might not see me carrying data, okay? But we have ways of gauging the psyche and the minds of the people through some informal surveys that we do around. And I'm telling you, he's shaving like a summer butterfly when I said that.
When the professor relies a lot more on his instincts.
I didn't say. You see, when I talk about Randy's mischief,
Oh.
You see, he's saying a lot more. When I didn't say a lot more, I said that my instincts don't fail me. Why did you bring in a lot more on that? You see, because he's smart, he's trying to downplay what I said. But Randy,
I can't downplay that. I mean, your instincts are your instincts.
Yeah.
It's only an observation.
Unfortunately, I don't have
You are not talking about your data. You are talking about your
instincts. And contest your instincts.
So that is why instincts are unverified way of getting knowledge. But I'm saying that it is also part of knowledge acquisition.
I only find it remarkable that a professor, is relying heavily on instinct.
Hey, you and your ways, a lot more, and now heavily.
Anyway,
I think I will conclude on this, and I will admonish my very good friend and brother, Napo, to be focused, to be circumspect, to be measured, okay, to endear himself to the people. He should go down there, okay, as he's been doing, and all the misconceptions about him, he should do his best to, discard them or throw them off. And I believe in him, and I know that he will deliver. Thank you.